My name is Fershen Llanes, and I am originally from the Philippines, but I have been in New Zealand for a very long time. I am a lawyer by profession. I started off as an immigration, refugee, and family lawyer, but eventually, I think the last, I would say, 6 years, I'm just doing mainly immigration. And I think the idea for me to come to Vaka originally started with one of your social worker. I was dealing with one of her cases that has an immigration problem with it. And then from there, we kind of discussed that, hey, our company or our organization deals with a lot of immigration. And I said, well, if you can organize something, then I'm quite happy to actually give my time, as a legal clinic or by appointment. And that's pretty much how it started. So I come here, at the moment every 2 weeks. And for a couple of hours, we mainly just deal with the cases from Vaka that has the immigration problems.
How long have you been a lawyer for?
I graduated in Otago as a lawyer in 98. I was admitted in 99, and I was a practicing lawyer from 2000.
I guess overall, what's some of the bigger things or bigger issues you're seeing when it comes to our families and immigration?
A lot of migrants are struggling because of it is quite harsh, like the current work visa. They only have a life of either 3 years or 5 years, then the standard period. But I think for immigration, that kind of more related to the Pacifica. I think it's more in regards to a lot of them being unlawful. I know because it's quite easy for people from the islands to come here on a visitor visa, and a lot of them come here and they don't go back. And a lot of it can be a very variety of reasons, and normally once they become unlawful, they don't know where to go. Or if they do go, depends on who they met. It's either, someone from the community or someone from the church or someone, even a consultant. Some of them don't get the answer they want, so I guess that's kind of where the aim of, me going to Vaka is actually closing that gap where at least a lot of people know there's somewhere they can go, that someone that, can give them that initial advice without, it costing them money. Because that's another big issue for immigration, especially from the Pacifica group, is the cost of immigration. Not only the cost of getting a lawyer especially, but also even a consultant, but also the INZ fee, they're very high.
What are sort of the first steps you have to take in order to get the immigration sorted?
I think it depends on the background. Like, for example, if you are unlawful, then the first step for me is to actually understand the background, how they become unlawful, and if we do approach immigration, what can we offer on the table? Because, for example, if you've been unlawful for a long time, obviously the trust issue is not there, and the fact that you're working on someone who's already not have a valid reason or the legal reason to be in this country, then that's kind of the first challenge, is understanding what happened. Then if we do approach, what can we offer, what background, for example, do they have family that can support them for a partnership application, or do they have a work offer that can apply for a work visa? So it kind of understanding the background, so that obviously involves me having a sit down meeting with a lot of them, getting a lot of information, and then from there assessing the best option moving forward.
And what would your advice be to any one of our Pacific families who might feel a little scared to come forward about their immigration status?
I probably would advise them to actually take a chance, because if they refuse to just sit and do nothing, then it just make it worse. I mean, some people probably happy to leave it as is, being unlawful, but I think as human, we want the freedom, because if you are unlawful, you can't, you can't step out. You're afraid that if you go down there, you get flagged by the police, they can pick you up straight away. So I guess, it's just taking the chance. And sometimes, obviously, there are cases that I handle that there's really no answer but just going back. But at least I guess that's kind of a closure for them, rather than leaving it and, in living, like their life is just in a limbo, if they don't take a chance, So I guess it depends on the person, wanting to make that changes or actually exploring, options, what needs to be done, getting them out of that being unlawful.
What do you enjoy most about this line of work?
I'm one of the lucky ones that even after years of practice, I still love my job. And I think it's because I know I can make a difference. And I know that with the experience that I have, I can handle a variety of even the most complex cases. And that's how I enjoy, and that's what I do a lot. And seeing the difference it makes on the family, like, and that part, is scary as well, because when you handle a case, that they literally give you their life, that you can make that kind of difference in their life. And sometimes even for me to be part of that, I had clients that I've been working with them since I started 20 years, they're still in touch with me. So knowing that I've become part of someone's life, is for me, it's I love the job, and the fact that I can solve the problem, make a difference to them.
You come here to Vaka in your own time.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Why do you take the time out of your every second week and time out of your free time to come to a place like this to help our people?
I kind of made some sort of pledge to myself that after maybe many years from now, if I do have a chance, I want to do it. Like do the cases that I now have a choice, because I have my own firm, so it means I don't have a boss to ask for permission. I feel that it's the right time for me to make do with my pledge, and I was right. It was the right time. And then fortunately for me, I met someone from your organization now, and it's kind of snowballed from there. I love doing it. I did kind of look at my schedule and everything, and it just fits, and I think this is just the right time, and I know I made the right choice.